Okay, Fusion family, we are back in the kitchen again with a new, exciting, delicious, simply the best tasting cabbage recipe that you've ever tried. It's so delicious, it's so simple, and it's definitely all in the family. I'm here for it. Let's just get right into it. I'm really excited about this particular recipe because it fits into so many dishes. It's all in the family. It's so easy to make, and yet it's so gourmet and so delicious. And that's what we're about. So let's get right into it. So let's go over our ingredients list. For this particular recipe, we're going to be using some green cabbage, some celery, sweet peppers in different colors, carrots, tomatoes, some chopped scallions, and also some chopped tomatoes. We're going to be spicing this with, or believe it or not, our gourmet turkey rub. The gourmet turkey rub by CaryFusion is absolutely excellent on steamed vegetables. It's excellent on roasted potatoes and of course poultry and turkey. But it's one of my favorite in the collection for doing steamed vegetables. And I love to team this up with the spicy Rite All Purpose Seasoning. Guys, I'm here for it. Let's get right into it. So right now we're just cutting up our cabbage, getting all our ingredients prepped for this recipe. Have no fear. Our entire selection of sauces and spices is always vegan, always healthier, low sodium, and sometimes even salt free. Check out the collection for any products used in this recipe. Check the description box for the link to CaryFusion sauces and spices. It's always great to eat like the rainbow. Look at how colorful that looks, guys. We got our carrots, we got our celery, we got our yellow sweet peppers, we got our red sweet peppers, we got our onions, we got our garlic. Truly eating like the rainbow, but it adds such enormous flavor to the dish, enormous contrast in the color, and just make the whole dish look so palatable and delicious. So it's looking good and tasting even better. Now let's get to the favorite part of making this dish, and is spicing this dish the fusion way, of course. Let's start by herbing up this dish along with all those beautiful colors that we have going on. Let's add some dried oregano, some fresh thyme. Feel free to add your chives or scallions. At this point, I'm adding some black pepper, and of course, the ultimate gourmet turkey rub, along with some spicy Rite All Purpose Seasoning. And then we're going to add some salt to taste. Now, the salt is purely optional. I'm just adding just enough to balance all the flavors and to bring all the different gourmet flavors together. This part is so important. Now, for the spicy ride, I'm adding about, let's say, a half a teaspoon of spicy ride, and the gourmet turkey rub, I would say about a tablespoon. For the black pepper, about a quarter teaspoon. Feel free to add some hot peppers, such as Scotch bonnet peppers, if you like yours a little bit on the hotter side, or you're just looking for, you can add your favorite peppers to add that additional flavor with a little bit of heat in the balance. For the salt, a quarter teaspoon, or you can just season to taste. The oregano, now the turkey rub does have oregano, I just wanted some extra in there. So I added probably the equivalent of, let's say, a teaspoon and a half of dried oregano. I just took that from the garden and I just added that to the mixture. Now let's add some plant butter. Feel free to use your favorite brand. I used some from Country Crock, and it's plant butter that's made with olive oil in it. So that's fine. I'm also going to add some additional olive oil, maybe the equivalent of 2 to 3 tablespoons. Now, the goal is to cook to steam this cabbage on kind of a low to medium heat, and I don't want to add any liquids. I don't want to add any vegetable stock or any water, so I keep it low while it's really steaming. The goal is to maintain all the flavors. However, if you find that you're in a situation where the cabbage is sticking to the pot, then add a tablespoon or two of water. But the whole goal is to get this steamed with all its natural juices and all the juices from the vegetables that you added. We want the flavor to be really, really, really concentrated. And that's one of the little secrets to getting a really nice and delicious cabbage, is to make sure that it's not diluted with a lot of liquids. And so you constantly turn it to make sure it's not sticking. I'm using a non-stick pot, so that helps a lot. But again, if you find yourself that it's sticking, just add a tablespoon or two of water to the pot, but not too much. We want to keep the flavors really, really concentrated. Total cooking time for this dish is about 20 minutes, give or take, because we're cooking this on a low to medium heat, more on the lower side. But the whole goal is to have the dish cooking its own juices. We want the juices from the cabbage and the carrots and the celeries and the onions. Looking at this thing is looking so pretty, smelling so, so, so good, guys. The good thing about this dish, you can make it in large batches, freeze some, it reheats really, really well. In another video, we're going to actually take some of this delicious gourmet cabbage recipe that we make and make some stuffed wontons. That's going to be really, really good. And this is just great for the whole family. You can actually use this as an appetizer, take them for snack at work, and you can just use them as just a midday snack or a part of your lunch, or just to extend some type of dish. So stay tuned for that video. And again, anything that I use in this recipe from CaryFusion, the link will be in the description box. So feel free to head on over and check out the different things that we have to offer. You're gonna love the brand. You're so clean. There are no MSG, there's no soy nuts, dairy added to the line. Really clean, nice and simple, no type of silicon dioxide or MSG. So the dish is just really, really so good, so easy to make. And a lot of these ingredients, you know, a lot of times when we go shopping, we have them hopefully in our pantry, in our fridge. So it's nothing hard to find. You can find all of these ingredients at your local supermarket or your local Whole Foods. So delicious, so great, so simple and colorful. We're literally eating like the rainbow. It's always a good idea to just, you know what did I do for my body today? Let me do something really good. We got to be so mindful of so much of these processed refined food, and more. We got to trade those things out and start putting more and more good in. Look at that, guys. So colorful, smelling so good, tasting so good, so simple. The kids are gonna love this. It's vegetables, but they're gonna love it. Guys, as always, it's a pleasure having you here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We always appreciate your support. Check out the other videos. Bye.